Good afternoon. Just check whether voice is audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Screen is
Yes.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. What you are observing on the screen?
Alternate method.
Okay. Good. Yesterday, what we were or which bit was going on? So resolution and resultant. How to find the resultant and resolution? Okay. Before that, we have seen different forces in or a resolution of force in different quadrant. On the other hand, we can say resolution of force in different principal directions or along the principal directions. So just quickly we will see what we have seen last lecture. So actually our part was started just last to last lecture we have just wait, now just check what you are observing on the screen.
Sign convention.
Sign
Very
convention.
good. It was expected. So sign convention. So with this we have started in force resolution. This point is most important. So what is that? Which force we have to consider as a positive and which force we have to consider as negative. From here we have started actually. Okay. So the force which is along positive x-axis and positive y-axis is called a positive force. The force which is along or towards LHS side, left hand side and downward direction, it is considered as negative. Then resolution of force. Resolution means splitting. Okay, one to many. If there is a one force, we are going to make it into many forces. So many means two. We are going to split, divide that force into its two components. That process is nothing but resolution. Okay, so that we have discussed. On the other hand, resultant is opposite to resolution. Resultant, we are combining the several forces. So here intentionally I am saying resolution of force means converting one force into many or two components. Splitting a force into its two component is resolution. On the other hand, resultant, it is not the case that only that two forces are converted into one. There may be many forces, more than two also. That is a little difference between resolution and resultant. So what I have told, in case of resolution, one force is converted into its two components. More specific, two components, TWO. On the other hand, in resultant, several forces, not necessary, there will be two. It may be more than two. That two, that forces, that several forces are converted into one. It is called as resultant. Okay, after that, we just started how to go for resolution. For a given force, how we can go for resolution, then just we were started. In that one of the force has made angle with theta. So here we apply trigonometric etc. and finally we come to a conclusion. I have given simple thumb rule. How to remember. Okay, so here there is a simple thumb rule finally. Means how we can. So there is a simple thumb rule how we can remember this. Okay, so in this way. So which thing I have asked you to remember as far as horizontal and vertical component or x and y component calculated, for which we have to take cosine function and for which we have to take sine function. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For which we have to take cosine function and for which component we have to take horizontal sine and cosine.
For horizontal component, we have to take cos function
Why?
because theta angle made with horizontal.
Okay, in okay, almost correct. With whom angle is made? Along that, this word is most important in our case. Along that we have to take sine function. So along which angle is made, for that we have to take cosine function. Meanwhile, just remember this, we will come to know that. That's why this angle theta is made with horizontal. That's why for horizontal component cosine function is taken. Same is here. It is done. and here finally it is calculated also. So here finally same is calculated here also, so that fx fy, okay, same is calculated here in this way. Okay, then we have seen forces in different quadrant, first, second, third, fourth. So without wasting much of time, let us, I will ask, what is the direction, what is the direction of x and y component, or what is the sign convention of x and y component in second quadrant? What is the sign convention if the force is in second quadrant?
Minus plus.
Minus
Plus
Minus, which component will be minus?
x component.
X component.
Will be minus.
X component will be minus. Okay, in this way, suppose it is something like this. Suppose this force, I will show this something. Okay, this force P. So in which quadrant this force is P? In which quadrant?
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant, because finally it is going something like this. It is same as this, same as this. Okay, so it will go in second quadrant. Such things we have discussed yesterday. So you should be able to tell in first quadrant what is the sign of x and y component, in second quadrant what is the sign of x and y component, in third quadrant and in fourth quadrant. So there is no more explanation is required regarding this. Okay, so forces are in different quadrant, it is shown, it is in just in front of you. Then forces along principal directions, forces along principal directions we have seen. What is the meaning of due east? If the force is acting due east, what will be its y component? Suppose more specific, I will ask. Force P is acting, force P, let us say P is equal to 5 kilonewton, is acting due east. What will be its x component?
Hayu Newton.
What will be its x component?
Hayu Newton.
5 Newton. Very good. 5 Newton. Because due, what is the meaning of due? Yesterday we have seen. What is the meaning of due?
Towards.
Towards.
Towards or along? Towards. Chakade. Along means this force is horizontal. In other language, can we say this? This force is horizontal going towards the right hand side. Whether we can say like this, means this force is going due east, means it is something like this. No, so this force is something like this, 5 kilonewton. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So it is that,
Yes,
like
sir.
only, like that only. So if particular force, suppose 10 kilonewton is due south, particular force, suppose 10 kilonewton is due south, what will be its x component for this? Suppose I will ask, what is x component for this?
0.
0.
It will be 0. X component will be 0. And what will be y component for this force?
10.
10 kilonewton.
Minus 10.
Minus 10.
See, if this simple mistake you will do, there is no further things which will go correct. What will its y component? What will be y component? Due south means towards south direction, in this way. Is it the force going upward or downward?
Downward.
Downward.
Downward. Then we have seen in sign convention of force, if force is going in downward direction, what about its sign convention?
Minus.
Minus. So it should be minus 10 kilonewton. It should be minus 10 kilonewton. How we can show this minus 10 kilonewton in other way also?
By showing arrow towards downward.
Arrow downward.
Is it like this? Is it like this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It is like this.
Yes,
We
sir.
can show in that way also. Okay, so that we have seen, means one of the force. So this is a force along principal direction due east. due west, due north, due south, in this way. Okay, so we can show the particular force in this way also. If force is going towards north, so what will happen if force is going towards due north? If force is going due north, what will happen? Suppose again I will take 20 kilonewton due north. What will be its y component?
20
20
kilonewton.
kilonewton.
20 kilonewton. Either you can say 20 kilonewton or plus. So irrespective, you can say 20 kilonewton as well. Okay, in this way. So this is one is very simple. We have seen due means towards. Its one component will be that force itself, and its other component will become 0. After that, numericals on resolution. Just we were started numericals of resolution, and here just that thing only here explained how it is. That thing itself is explained here. So after derivation, this formula is going to come. F x component is equal to f into cos theta, y component is equal to f into sin theta. Same is going to come here. Same. So that we have discussed here. So there is nothing new in this. Okay. So after that, we have just started to solve this problem. Determine the component. Determine the components. Means what we want to. So this problem, I think just we were started yesterday. What it is asked in this? What it is asked here? Determine the components. Means what it is asked? For force P is equal to 40 kilonewton. How much it is given? P is equal to 40 kilonewton. Means what it is asked in this problem? What?
प्रॉब्लेम ची स्लाइड दिसत नाहीये.
आता काय दिसतंय मग स्क्रीन वरती?
साइन
convention.
मग चेंज होत नाहीत का स्लाइड? वेदर स्लाइड्स आर नॉट चेंजिंग.
नो सर.
Sir,
Just wait. Check it.
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Determine the component of force. Determine the components of force P is equal to 40 kilonewton along x and y as shown in following figure. So force P is given equal to how much?
40 kilonewton.
40 kilonewton. And here what we are supposed to calculate? Determine what?
Px and Py.
Components.
Components.
Means in this problem, what we are supposed to do? Resolution or resultant?
Resolution.
Resolution. Determine the components. For force P is equal to 40 kilonewton, we want to calculate its components. Means this is a process of
Resolution.
resolution, and that components, and for any force we have seen there are two components. Which are they? एखाद्या force साठी दोन component. We are going to resolve a force into its two component. What we are going to call for that two components?
F cos theta or F sin theta.
No. What we are going to call for that component? X
X
component
and Y
X
component.
component and Y component.
X component and Y component. Okay, we are going to call it as a X component and Y component. So what to whom we should call X component? The component which is along the plane and perpendicular to plane. So don't be under wrong impression here. After once we are going to we will say X component. It is not the case like it is along X axis. Or once we are going to say Y component, it is not the like that it is along Y axis. That meaning is not word to word. So X component along the plane, Y component perpendicular to plane. Likewise, we have to take the meaning, because in further problems, it may not be always that plane is horizontal or along X axis. It may not be. So force P is given 40 kilonewton, and we are just supposed to find what? Its component. So let us say X component is Px and Y component is Py, and that we want to find just. So we have seen. So how to calculate this force? Now while the starting, this force lies in which quadrant? where the
Third
line of
quadrant.
action of force
Third
is going?
quadrant.
Third. It is going in third. So here, those who are still, sorry, those who are still not able to understand, for them, I will show here something like this. Quickly, if I will draw, this force is something from here, it is passing. In initial phase itself, you may feel this force is in first quadrant, but if at all we are going to increase, it's finally this force P is equal to 40 kilonewton, where it is going in third quadrant. Towards this, it is negative y-axis, and here it is negative x-axis in this way. So finally it is going here. Finally it is going in this direction. Okay, so that also we have to remember. So both components will become what? Both components will come negative. So
Negative.
instead of applying the trigonometry, etc., now in from here further subject, we should not apply the trigonometry, etc., directly formula. What the way? In what way? For x component, in what way we have to apply the formula? Suppose we want to find component along the plane, or along which inclination is or angle is given, let us say. So with whom angle is given, with x-axis or y-axis in this case?
X-axis.
X-axis.
X-axis. So once we are going to find x component, so what will formula will become?
F cos theta.
P. Now force is
Minus
indicated by P.
Minus.
Minus
minus P cos theta.
Okay. Minus P cos theta. Why we have taken cos function here? Why we have not
because
taken
angle
sin?
is angle is met with x component.
X axis instead of component axis, angle is made with x axis. That's why ज्याच्याशी angle केलेला आहे त्याचा cos घेणे. It is as simple as this. So what is value of this? 40 into cos 30, no? 30.
Yes.
What is this value we have calculated yesterday?
34.64.
Minus 34.64 kilonewton, no? Shall I show into bracket that direction it is going towards left hand side?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I show?
No.
Yes.
No,
Yes
sir.
or
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
No.
If no, why no?
Sign
Because
indicates.
Because already I have shown sign to that force. If at all I am going to show further that arrow into bracket, it will have some other meaning. Minus, minus, plus. So either you can show this sign or arrow. Choice is yours. Getting? Either this or this, not both simultaneously. Otherwise, your answer will be wrong. Further, y component. Py equal to, what is the formula? P. Again, it
Sin.
will be minus
Sin
P
theta.
Sin theta.
sin theta. Very simple. P sin theta. So you can write minus 40 into sin 30 equal to
20.
20 kilonewton.
minus or plus?
Minus.
Yes.
Minus 20 kilonewton. Shall I show sign?
No.
No.
No. So I should not show sign. So here Px is equal to minus 34.64 kilonewton and Py equal to minus 20 kilonewton. This should be the components of that force. P is equal to how much? How much? How much force is given? P
40 kilonewton.
40. So you can cross check. You can cross check, is it satisfying? So actually that we are going to come across that formula. Is it satisfying the values? Means how I have shown, I have given yesterday. It is just for our information. one formula I have told yesterday, how to find resultant. R is equal to under root. What is that?
X square plus
X
Y.
square plus Y
Square
square.
plus Y square.
X stands for its X component, Y stands for Y component. You can cross check it. Is it happening or not? It should. You can cross check. Now calculator is not with me. You can check if you are with calculator. So 34.64 square plus 20 square equal to and square root of that. So just check, is it coming or not? If you are you with calculator today? Are you with
Yes, sir.
calculator? Huh? So whether over, hello,
Yes, sir.
or whether it is correct? Have you cross checked or not?
Yes.
Is it correct? Is it correct?
39.19.
19 19 or 99?
99.
Means it is 40. 39.99, no?
Yes.
Yes, maybe means we can say it is 40, correct. Okay, so here actually resolution process is given, how it is. Directly hereafter we should have a practice to find its X component and Y component. So what the question I was asking? What the question I was asking? Whether I have to show this arrow or sign. So what it is shown here? What it is shown here?
Arrow.
Arrow is shown. Choice is yours. Whether you want to show arrow or sign. So I have suggested you to go for sign, not arrow. If problem is simple, it is okay with sign, with arrow. But suppose there are a number of forces in your force system, then it's better to go for sign, because whenever we want to add, subtract, etc. forces, in that case it is better to have sign. Okay, so have you noted down the answer? Have you noted down?
Yes, sir.
Next, one more force. Here problem statement is not there, so you can have this. Will you write the statement something like this? Find the components of
भैया
find the
माँ जब आप
components
दुकान
of
खोलते बंद करिए मग
find, am I audible? Find the components of force 10 kilonewton. Find the components of the force 10 kilonewton as shown in following figure. 10 kilonewton as shown in following figure. 10 kilonewton force, suppose we will give name again as a P is equal to 10 kilonewton, not kilo, it is Newton, no? It is Newton only. Okay, 10 Newton, and the components of the force 10 Newton. It is very simple again. Inclination with vertical axis is given now. That is the change as compared to this. Otherwise, it is nothing. So let us say I want to calculate its X component. What will be that? Px is equal to, what will be formula now? Before that,
Sin theta.
one basic question. In which quadrant this force lies?
First quadrant.
First quadrant.
First quadrant. It lies in first quadrant. Why? Because line of action of this force is going towards positive x-axis and positive
Y axis.
Y-axis.
y-axis. Positive x and positive y. Now next question. With whom inclination of this force is given? कोणाबरोबर
Y-axis.
Y-axis.
positive y-axis. Very good, more precise. Positive y-axis. Now we want to find its x component and y component. So what will be that? What is our
P sin theta.
what will be its okay?
Px
Which
equal
whom
to P
inclination is given with vertical axis? Means where we have to use cosine function with
with
y-axis.
y-axis
With y-x means here p cos theta
cos theta.
and its opposite component will be p
P sin theta.
p sin theta. Theta I will say. Okay. So calculate directly. You can calculate. There is nothing. So what will be that? P sin theta, value of p sin theta. What will be that? P is 10. Calculate. P 10 into sin 30. No. How much it is?
5.
Half.
5.
And what will be unit of that?
Newton.
Newton.
Newton. Very good. Next, py. What stand for py?
P cos theta.
No. Py stands for what? This py. This. What it indicate?
Component of
Y component.
More specific. You should be more specific. Y component. It indicate y component. Of whom? Kunacha? Force P. Of force P. Okay. So what will be that? P cos or sin?
cos theta.
Cos.
Cos theta. Cos theta. So what is the value of P? 10.
10.
So cos 30. What will be that?
8.6.
8.6.
6.
I am not doing calculation. I am believing on you to use the calculator carefully. So unit will be Newton.
Newton.
Unit will be Newton. So both will be positive component. Both will be positive. So you can cross check yourself. Square of 5 plus square of 8.6. Addition of both and finally square root of this. Is it coming approximately or very near to 10? You can cross check. येते का बघा. Is it coming?
Yes, sir.
How much
Yes,
it is
sir.
coming? How much?
90.
9 point
9 point
8.6.
8.6.
9 4.
99.
9.99.
98.96.
98. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Just check whether your calculator is in radian or degree. That also you check. Huh? There may be one sign on calculator R. If R is there, it is in radian. If D is there, it is in degree. So I think it should come. Huh? How much it is coming?
9.94.
9.94, sir.
9.94, sir.
Okay. So near about we can say. So this cross checking is for our purpose. Huh? Up to this problem is over. So forget about it. So whatever we applied, this up to this problem is up to this only. So this. This up to these are the only two answers for this. Shall we go next?
Yes, sir.
लक्षात आलं का? Intentionally immediately I have taken one of the force with inclination with having with x-axis and one of will have inclination with y-axis. बऱ्याच जणांचं not for all but for maybe some of you might be under impression in earlier problem it was px is equal to p cos theta. Now sir has taken here px is equal to p sin theta. If that question is arising in your mind, once again I will tell in Marathi. ज्याच्याशी इन्क्लिनेशन दिलेलं आहे त्याच्याबरोबर कंपोनेंट घेताना काय घ्यायचं? कुठलं फंक्शन घ्यायचं? साइन का कोसाइन?
Cosine.
Cosine.
Cosine. This rule is most important. It is something like that whenever we are going on the road, we should travel through left side or right hand side? रस्त्यावरून
side.
चालताना डावीकडून चालावं का उजवीकडून?
डावीकडून.
डावीकडून. इफ यू विल गो फ्रॉम द राईट हँड साइड ऍक्सिडेंट मे हॅपन. हे तसं आहे हे. इट इज व्हेरी व्हेरी बेसिक because number of problems we will solve with this only, because you will find book etc. Things are given differently. Okay, so this one is basic. हा सिंपल रूल लक्षात ठेवायचा की ज्याच्याशी अँगल केलाय त्याचा कॉस घ्यायचा, कोसाइन. That we have to take cosine, that's all. And its opposite component or other component we have to take sine. Whether it will be okay to remember, don't see other etc. In book etc. it may be given something different, you may confuse. So this simple thumb rule you have to remember. Simple thumb rule. Number of methods are given, but you follow this one is simplest method to remember. Shall we go next?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ha. Yes sir or sir you have told somebody. Alternate method. Now what is that alternate method? See here now. Just now I have told how we can go with this alternate method. Means what it is done, whatever this problem was given. So now don't write anything, just give attention. For this 10 Newton force, inclination was given with vertical axis or y-axis. Inclination is given with vertical or y-axis. So what is there in alternate method? Alternate method एक काय असू शकते? So that is told in further slide. So what it is in that method, it is told actually with this, let me know, with this what was our x component? With this x is equal to 5, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And what
sir.
was
Yes, sir.
what was y component?
8.6, sir.
8.6 Newton. With this, first we will say, let us say, I will say as a first. Now alternate method is also there. What is that alternate method? Whatever this inclination is given with vertical, so that method what it tells, always we have to find. Don't remember this is for just information I am telling. This what we have to do, always we have to find the inclination with x-axis. So what will be the inclination of this force 10 Newton with the horizontal?
60.
60 degree.
60
degree.
In that method what it is told, always you have to find the inclination with horizontal and then resolve the force, then apply our regular knowledge. So what will for this now, so I will mark here so that you will come to know that it is something like this. Now for this, what will be the x component?
Cosine.
P. आता 60
cos.
अँगल कोणाशी केलाय?
X
X.
axis.
म्हणून इथे साइन घेणार का cos? What you are going
Cos.
to take?
Cos.
Cos.
Cos theta.
Cos theta. So what will be that value? What is value of P? 10. What is value of cos theta? What will be value of theta now?
60.
60 degree.
60. Calculate it. How much it is?
5.
Pi.
Again it will be 5. And what will be the value of Py?
P sin theta.
P
Sin
Sin theta.
sin theta. Okay. What will be that? 10 into
sin
Sin?
60.
Sin 60.
Sin 60.
sin 60. What will be that?
8.6.
8.6.
8.6 Newton. So whether these values are coming same as that,
Yes.
Yes.
whether that values are coming same,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
is this just alternative method? Just alternative. We can go for this, but always it is why to waste the time. It is very simple here. Angle between this is we can say it is a perpendicular, x and y. Here angle is 90 degree. Okay. So why to waste the time? Because in our further problems, it is not always possible to find this angle. It is not always possible. प्रत्येक वेळी शक्य आहे असं नाही. That's why let us continue. ज्याच्याशी inclination दिलंय त्याचा component घेताना कुठलं फंक्शन घ्यायचं? cos. That's all.
Cos.
In that way. So this is just an alternate method. So to just for cross checking purpose I have told. ही एक मेथड आहे पण आपण ही वापरणार नाही. We are not going to use this method because with whom whatever inclination is given, let us continue that only. because it is not always feasible to calculate inclination of that force with other axis. Okay, so whatever earlier I have told, let us continue with that. So don't worry, if inclination is given with x-axis or with the particular plane, take along that plane whatever component you are going to take cosine function. If inclination is given with suppose vertical plane, along that plane take its cosine function likewise. Okay, so it was just your alternate method to find the inclination, not necessary to remember this one is not necessary, just a part of syllabus I have told this. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
for this method you can say alternate method. For this you can say alternate method. Okay, alternate, but we are not going to use at all. This method we are not going to use at all. Okay, so whatever our method there, we are going to just a part of syllabus. You can note in your notebook. This is alternate method. Okay, understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
very slowly, step by step, we are entering in our syllabus. Okay, shall we go next?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Next, shall I erase? Shall we go next? So same was here discussed, alternate method, not necessary to use here, invest time in this. Same, whatever I have told, same is here. Let us say numericals now. So whatever we have seen principal directions, how many principal directions are there?
Four.
North, south, east, west.
How many?
Four.
Four.
More specific. Being an engineering student hereafter, we should be very specific. We should be very specific. Just I have asked how many? 4. If I will ask which are, you should tell them. Are you getting? So what is the question and what should be our answer? That should be there. So what I have asked, how many principal directions are there? How many are there?
Four directions.
four.
4 are there. Which are they?
North, south,
North,
east, west.
south,
East,
east,
west.
west.
North,
North, south,
South, east, west.
east, west.
east, west, or west, east? How it is? Okay, so let us say resolution. Let us say resolution. So in that we are going to do resolution. So yesterday we have seen this principal directions. Principal means important or main. Principle of means main, M-A-I-N, main. So here which direction is there?
North,
North,
North. Here which direction is there?
south,
south,
Very good. South. Here which direction is there?
west,
West.
West.
Here
West. East.
east.
east. So these are the principal direction. Depending upon this, we are going to solve certain problems now. Depending upon this, we are going to solve certain problems. Okay. So you can give problems on resolution of force dash in principal direction or in principal directions. So let us see one, force number 1. So what it is told? Resolve a force. Who will read loudly? Let me check. Are you attending the lecture? Very. I will give opportunity to Lotke. Roll number 26. Arya.
Yes, sir.
Will you read loudly?
Yes.
Problem number 1.
Resolve a force of 500 Newton acting northeast, acting away from the point.
Very good. Resolve a force 500 Newton acting northeast. Northeast. Again, it is written, okay, acting away from the point. Just we have to such problem. These are very simple problem actually, but with the beginning, okay, such problem may come for your multiple choice question. A force of 500 Newton acting northeast, away from the point. Actually, this word should not be there. This word, it should not be there because acting double it is happening. So resolve a force of 500 Newton acting northeast, away from the point. Now my first question, which two principal directions are given in here?
North and east.
North and east means this force is acting in which quadrant?
First quadrant.
First quadrant.
First quadrant. That we have to check. That we have to check. This particular force is coming in which quadrant? That is our first task. Okay, so this force is coming in
First
First
quadrant.
first
First
quadrant.
quadrant.
Now we have to check its nature. Nature means you can say there is a nature to human being, how the force will have nature or direction. More simplest word I will say direction. Where it is acting. From the point means this point is nothing but origin. Hereafter, in case of principal directions, whenever this word is coming point, it may be away or towards. This point means what is that? Point means origin. You remember this, huh? That point is nothing but origin, means intersection we can say here. This point, sorry, observing cursor. So that point is nothing but what?
Origin.
Origin or point. Acting away from the point means how will be that? Now force is given 500 Newton, acting northeast. So here there is no question of what it is not given. It is told that this force is in northeast direction and acting away from the point means see here. So whatever directions I have told, it is going like this. How much it is? 500 Newton. But here there is no question of what it is not given. We need angle. We need angle, but it is not given. So what to do now?
45 degree.
45. Very good. If angle is if direction, principal directions are given something like this, northeast or northwest, maybe something southwest, southeast. So generally you can say whenever principal directions are given, first direction is given either north or south, vertical axis we can say. In terms of vertical axis, generally north west, north south, southwest, southeast. Likewise directions may be given. Okay, so what angle is not given means northeast. इथं काहीच नाही, याचा अर्थ इथं अँगल किती असतो? हिअर यू कॅन सी. इथं अँगल दिला नाही म्हणजे किती असतो? 45. This angle is 45. So either you can take with east means here you can take 45 or that. It is not going to change meaning. Now it is very simple to calculate. Now x component and y component for this force 500 Newton. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Now is it possible for you?
Yes.
Now calculate its x component and y component. Calculate its x component and y component. So what will be its x component and what will be y?
Three 3.5, sorry, x component.
How much?
5.3 x component.
X component is what? 3?
3.5.
3.5.
Yes, sir.
Unit will be
Newton.
Newton.
and this
And
will
sir,
be
y
Same.
component are same.
both will be same, no? Because sine value
Yeah,
of sine 45
45.
and cos 45 is
Same.
same. So both will be same. So actually it is not lengthy problem. It is very simple problem. Okay, the both values will be same.
Same.
What will be your formula for x component? So I will ask to whom? Akash, Dheeraj, roll number 16. Sawan, Dheeraj.
Yes, sir.
In this formula, in this problem, what will be the formula for px component?
P sine 45.
P sine 45. How?
Theta.
Okay, theta. P sine theta. You want to say P sine theta?
Yes.
Is it correct? Prathamesh Chavan 17. Is it correct? Samartha Chavan 18.
Sorry, sir. P
No.
cos
काय असणार मी तर लिहिला नाही फॉर्म्युला
P cos
काय असणार फॉर्म्युला
P-
बघा ऍट द बिगिनिंग वी आर इन पॉवर प्ले ऑफ मेकॅनिक्स अजून पॉवर प्ले सुद्धा चालू झाला नाही नंबर ऑफ प्रॉब्लेम्स आर गोइंग टू कम व्हॉट विल बी द फॉर्म्युला काय असेल विथ पी आता पी आपण ह्याला म्हणायला लागलोय बरं का आता मी कधी बेसिक आहे म्हणून सांगा नाही 5 न्यूटन ओके तो आय एम सेइंग पी मग इथं फॉर्म्युला काय असेल व्हॉट विल बी द फॉर्म्युला फॉर एक्स कंपोनेंट पी एक्स इज इक्वल टू पी साइन थिटा और कॉस थिटा you refer this figure here I have drawn at the corner what will be that p sin theta or cos theta fast what will be that
Cos theta.
Cos theta.
cos theta why cos theta and what will be the value of what will be the formula for y component p
P sin theta.
Sin theta.
okay and whatever you have told 353.3 newton okay be very careful for this subject be very careful it is not like something like mathematics matrices are there you have to go step by step etc your one mistake will affect more in your problem छोटीशी mistake त्याचा शेवटी फार मोठा परिणाम होतो you remember this if at all you will make very simple mistake maybe plus sign you have taken as minus sign has taken you have plus it may affect more at the end you remember this even you cannot come near to your approximate answer also you will go far away from your actual answer okay that you remember for this subject with the right from beginning I am telling you should be very careful for calculation shall we go next very simple problems are there shall we go next
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
I will erase this all then we will go next you note down in your notebook problem number 2 I will meanwhile I will ask somebody to read it loudly Vishwajit 20 Vishwajit Gaikwad 20 roll number 20 shall I note number those who are not giving responses
Yes, sir.
Vishwajit read it carefully loudly second problem we are in second problem now
Resolve a force of 800 Newton acting northwest, acting away from the point.
okay resolve a force of 800 newton acting north what is the w west
West.
West.
yes northwest acting away from the point acting away from the point again actually problems are simple but some of you are having still little confusion is there so I will solve here on blank screen are you observing blank screen have you noted down problem number 2
Yes, sir.
okay so I will solve here still some of you are having problem even some of you are not telling formula so if you have noted you tell me the values so you are knowing now you have learned the physics so here we are solving problem number 2 okay problem number 2 here I will write solution okay solution so let us consider force how much is given force P is equal to
800
800
Newton.
800 newton now that force so let us I will draw here principal directions actually it is very basic but still some of you are facing problems so I will note down so which is this direction here
north.
Northwest.
north
West.
our
West.
general method north south and this one is
West east.
West.
west east likewise you have to give now in which quadrant this force it is there like this it is told
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant.
northwest no in this way
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
sir.
And how is direction? How is
Away
direction?
from the origin.
Away from the origin or away from the point. So let us say I will say it as a P 100 Newton away from the origin. Okay. This force is in which quadrant now?
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant. Now, who will tell me for this particular force? So as the angle is not given, so direction is northwest. Direction is northwest. It means this angle will be
45.
45.
So what will be its x component? Who will tell me formula?
Yeah.
Minus P.
Minus P cos.
Minus
P cos theta.
P cos 45.
meanwhile I will write minus P minus
Cos 45.
minus, meanwhile I will write minus P cos theta. So what is value of this? Minus 800 cos 45. How much it is?
Minus
Minus
565.
565.6.
565.
Minus
565.6.
565.6.
565.6
Unit will be
Newton.
Newton. Very good. Why we have taken this component as minus?
Second quadrant.
No. Specific. More specific.
But along the negative x-axis.
Yes.
Along negative x-axis.
Very good. That should be our answer. Why I have taken this x component as negative? Because it is going towards negative x-axis. Further, who will tell the formula for y component?
P sin theta.
Minus P sin.
Minus. Very good. Who is telling minus?
Plus
No minus, sir.
Somebody has told no, minus.
Plus P sin theta.
Just somebody has told minus. What is plus or minus?
plus
It should be plus, huh? So instead of plus, I will write this P sin theta. Okay. Next, what is value there? 800. What is value of theta? Sine
45.
Calculate how much it is.
565.6 Newton.
How much?
565.6.
Same, no? It will be same, no?
Yes, sir.
565.6 Newton. But only what is difference in? Only sign difference is there, no? Okay. So why we have taken this sign as positive?
Y is positive.
Yoga.
Y-axis is positive.
Y-axis is positive.
Why we have taken different sign?
Because force along positive y-axis.
Very good, because force is along positive y-axis. 53. Okay. Okay, with this we will stop for. Have you noted down? Because next teacher is waiting. So
Yes,
we will stop for today.
Yes,
Note
sir.
down this. Yuvan, you can try to solve this. If not, definitely tomorrow we will solve. And be with calculator and be responsive. Okay. Shall we stop?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we stop?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next
Yes,
teacher
sir.
is waiting. We will solve tomorrow. Be with calculator.